All right, brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Vulnerability is Cool podcast. We have everybody's favorite special guest today. Drum roll, please. Abby Orchard! She's here today, and we are going to be reading your Unhinged Christmas stories. And we might not get to all of them, but we will get to most of them, I hope. Because we are yappers, and we're besties, so we always have a lot to talk about. So
just all the things.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to be here. This is my second episode with you and just so ecstatic.
And the first
So
one we
happy.
did got my most views on YouTube ever. So
Yeah, true.
Pretty
they must
exciting.
have really liked my studio living room.
yep. Abby's been here through it all literally because I wouldn't have this without her. So yeah, we've tried all the things, done all the things.
Yep.
And I was going to do this episode and I was going to do it alone, but I was like, it'd be so much more fun to do with a friend. And then I was like, literally Abby. So here we are.
Well, Jenna actually called me this morning at 8 a.m. and she said...
You probably thought something was wrong.
Well, I actually kind of thought you were going to cancel the recording today. And I was like, oh, that's okay. But it was actually, she said, have you heard about this guy, Luigi Mangione or something like that? And I was like, no, who is that? And she's like, what? How
Actually
do
lives
you...
under a rock. She doesn't
Yeah.
know who killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Luigi Mangione.
To be fair, I'm not as involved in current affairs as I wish I was, only because I think what's going on in my day to day feels suffocating enough. That I'm like, who
See, I
needs
feel
a
like I
news
do
article?
it to escape my own life. I actually do. I've realized that.
I just play Zelda.
True. That's your escape. And I'm here to fill you in on the weird, crazy shit in the world that doesn't...
It's
Yeah,
true.
affect
So I
you that
really
much.
appreciated it. Now I'm as invested, I think, as you are, because after you said that, I went and read all about him, and it's crazy. I have some things to say about it.
Really?
I do. Yeah.
Wow. If you don't know who Luigi Mangione is, like our girl Abby here, he is he's an Ivy League graduate, and he's 26 years old, and he killed the CEO of United Healthcare. And from all of my findings on TikTok and my addiction, he's like a really smart guy. He went to a private school all growing up that was like so expensive. I think if I remember it, like $60,000 a year or something. And comes from a very wealthy family in Maryland, I think. I'm trying to remember everything.
It's quite sad that he succumbed to the temptation of murder.
Yeah, it's wild. And it's like the biggest case ever because there's something he did like with Monopoly money and like shows that it's Monopoly because he was found at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania, which I guess Monopoly, there's something to do with Pennsylvania. Anyways, the case just goes on and on. Like yesterday, there was a video of him walking into a courtroom and he's like screaming and he's talking to people, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something under the impression of like, you're not listening to the American people or something. And supposedly his mom's been sick for years too. And like the healthcare system has just like fucked him up. And so he's just obviously really mad. And he says that like nothing's going to change without violence, pretty much. Like they have all of his tweets and his Instagram got deleted and his YouTube channel got deleted. If it was his, we're not sure if it was. We, as in the TikTok community, and but his ex account, Twitter
Us
account,
on the ground following the story right now. It is 9 a.m. Welcome back.
and by the time this is released, we're gonna have so much more information. It's gonna be insane. Maybe it's not even him. Maybe this was planned. Who knows? But
Yeah.
for what we know now, it was him. But he has said that like they found a backpack on him that had $8,000 in it, and he's like, that was not my money. Like someone put that on me. And which is crazy. I don't know. I think that, so he had a really bad, crazy back surgery. And then this is just my assumption, is that from his reposts on Twitter, he like reposted something about psychedelics. I think that the pain was so bad, he got into painkillers and then like started getting into psychedelics, like learning more about your brain and all the things. And I think that he possibly had a psychotic break, but his parents reported him missing in November, which is kind of crazy. And there was people like reached out to him on Twitter, like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Like, you're supposed to be in my wedding. Can you please let me know what's going on? Like, I guess he was missing. And then supposedly his ID matched the ID of the shooter that checked into a hostel or something, but he had like 4 fake IDs on him. Lots to go into. So stay tuned on that one.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
I think that it just opens up such a big moral question for everybody. It's like, we see it in the movies all the time. You could say this is like a weird psychological thriller playing out in real time. He killed someone, but that person also was leading to millions of deaths across the United States.
Yes.
So it's like, what's justified? What's okay? Like, if you have a ton of money and you can hide behind it and you can put all these chemicals or approve certain things that shouldn't be approved, regulate certain things that actually do cause so much harm, immense harm. But then like there's one, I don't know. It opens up this whole thing that I feel like, especially with where the country is, not to go too deep into that, but where the country is, all of us are now being exposed to such different conversations about how we actually operate as a society and what's okay, what's not okay.
And like the things that we just do because everybody else does them, but they don't actually make a ton of sense.
Oh, we are like actively breaking narratives that we've had as a human species since the beginning of time. Like I would say just regular things that, I don't know, people don't question, we don't even wonder about. They're just what we've done. And now we're questioning those things. And it's just, I don't know, I think the next 20 years are going to be such an interesting time to be alive, I think.
Yeah. Like it actually is so crazy that he did this. Like I do think that there was a little bit like of unhingedness of like maybe psychedelics or something. Yeah. But I also think he's so passionate about this that he will go to the extremes of being in prison to just show the world that this is not okay. If
you truly think that the United Healthcare CEO was extremely corrupt. I mean, Wicked just came out. What the heck? Like, we're looking at this kind of similar dilemma now where it's like, maybe someone has to do a bad thing with a good purpose. And yes, they can't walk away from it guilt-free, or they can't walk away from it consequence-free, but they made a sacrifice. I don't know. Not saying that corruption's never going to happen again. It will happen again in places of power, but so interesting. So interesting. I don't know.
This is why I have Abby on here. She has such good insights and thoughts and all the things. And people have also like said that maybe this is like not the first that we're going to see. Maybe there's going to be like more shootings after this of like different other like CEOs in the healthcare industry or like what, because he was pretty, from what I've seen, pretty calculated in what he did. And he actually, we're not sure. So there's a YouTube video that's like something on December 11th is going to come out about this. And it's like, it says that he had a video that was like waiting to be released or something, but then like YouTube shut his account down. So we'll never know. Crazy, huh?
Oh my God.
But he also gained, I think, like 100,000 followers on Instagram, like in like hours. Oh, and now his Twitter has like tons of followers, which is crazy because he's not going to be posting from prison.
Who knows? Maybe he knew a lot more about this specific person. And so maybe his psychotic break was he gained awareness of how controlled maybe, or how blind we really are. I don't know.
No, totally.
I don't know. That's a hot take for sure. But I'm not condoning what he did in any way, because I don't think, in my personal belief, I don't think it's okay to take a life ever, unless it's for like self-defense and if you have to.
But then if you think about it, is that his self-defense?
Maybe, maybe it was. Maybe it was his self-defense. Maybe it was like, this is for genuinely, number one, for the greater good, or maybe he was in talks with the guy. Maybe they had, conversations prior to this. Maybe he knew him like a close friend, or I don't know, but maybe they were working together on something and he realized how corrupt the CEO was and then confronted him. Who knows? Like this story could go on for a really long time. I'm interested to know what the true thing is. It could be drug-induced psychosis where you just really go insane. Yeah. Or it really could be like, we do not see the full picture. It's hard for me to believe that he just walked in and killed him.
I know.
In just in a matter of an instant. Yeah. In that sense.
We'll see. I'm like so excited to see like what he says, like when the media does let him speak, because when he was walking into the courtroom, he's like trying to speak to the media. He's like trying to tell them, and they're like pulling him in, like they don't want him to speak. Yeah. It's actually so crazy that this is going on. Like, it's just mind-blowing for me, and I've literally been addicted to my phone just refreshing every update.
Do you think it's a distraction for everyone?
Also, too, I'm like, did Diddy do this? And now we're distracted from all of that? This is like...
I swear, the world... Well, there is one thing we know. The world is a stage.
Yeah.
And there will always be something going on behind the curtain.
Literally.
So whatever they're showing us is to distract from them moving the props around in the back and, redesigning the set for what's coming next.
It's really weird too that when they found him in this McDonald's and he had the gun that he did it with him. He had the silencer. He had like cash. Like he had everything. And I'm just like, if he was so smart, like went to an Ivy League school, I'm like, would he really like have all of this? That's why it just seems so weird. Like, was he just crazy on drugs or like what's going on here? Like,
or do you think he was trying to get caught?
Yeah, almost.
So he could actually have a voice? Oh, that would be crazy.
This is like, I love vulnerability is cool and all that. But it is also, I think something that inspires me so much about this is like their mental health. Like, how did he get to that point?
Yeah, totally.
Something had to have happened. Like, I'm so obsessed with true crime and all that because I think I just think so deeply about each person and how it's affected them and like the actual, real, raw, deep programming that they have and like what's going on. I don't know. Or what their reasoning is for this.
I think it's hilarious that we're having this full on serious conversation in our sunglasses.
I told Abby, bring your sunglasses, girl. And she has her pink Crocs.
I got my pink Crocs.
We're really just showing
ready
up for this.
We're so ready for this.
There's supposedly a global glitch with Meta right now. What is that hiding?
Wait, is that why my Instagram is not working right now?
Yeah.
Global is big. That's rough.
Chaos. Well, one last thing about Luigi. If any of you know him, just let him know we're manifesting a guest appearance right here. Okay? So today's episode, we're going to be reading your unhinged Christmas stories. And I wanted to do this because I think it is so easy. Like my entire life, I've just looked at everybody else's Christmas family photos and matching pajamas and traditions. And I'm just like, I've been so jealous. Like I'm like, what? Like I shouldn't have that feel of Christmas my whole life. But I think a lot of people actually don't. Like I think that we all, like you're bringing all these people together that know each other so well. And of course you're going to trigger each other, especially if you've healed and they haven't really been on that journey. Like they're going to trigger you and they're going to bring things up that you don't really feel comfortable talking about. And that's why you got to set some good holiday boundaries here.
And you've all got ancestral trauma too. So y'all come from the same bloodline for the most part, or you're a blended family and you didn't actually grow up together, but you're trying to make it work because your mom and stepdad love each other,
Abby.
we all love each other a lot. We actually all get along, so thank goodness.
But it's hard. Like bringing two these families from different lives, and like I just think there's so much. So I just wanted to share some stories because I know my family has so many, and we all do. And it's not all just matching pajamas and hot chocolate, and Hallmark
Stockings.
Movies.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it.
True.
And sometimes it feels really lonely. Like you could be surrounded by so many people and still feel more alone than you've ever felt.
Yeah.
So hopefully this episode helps you feel like you're not totally alone. And you know that we love you so much.
Crocs are coming off for this part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's getting serious.
We're gonna get comfy.
Yeah, she's not taking this lightly over here.
Yeah, this is for real.
She's really showing up for you, ladies. You better, and gentlemen.
I'm really showing up for you, and not just behind the camera. Okay.
True. Because she's the producer. Okay. I just wanted to share a little insight that I saw online the other day. I was like, wow. It says, did you know that 88% of people say the holidays are the most stressful time of year? Pretty crazy. 88%. Who knows how true that is? Just saw it. But I was just like, that's so interesting because we think it's like holiday cheer and all the things, but sometimes it's just really not. And we just want to be picture perfect when it's just not.
Yeah. I mean, I think businesses push the narrative that Christmas is like the best time of year.
That's
because
so true.
They want you to believe it's the best time of year because they want you to buy all their Christmas product, Yeah.
But
it's like, if you think about it, every single business now has like this campaign about like Christmas, like Set Active just did it, Kizik, like all these big brands. I mean, you'll never not see a Nordstrom holiday commercial. You'll never not see the big malls, the big designers. It's always some kind of Christmas thing, and it's like everyone ice skating and they're all happy and they're eating cookies and decorating the tree, and we all have like, whoa, that's the narrative, that's how everyone else is experiencing Christmas, so why don't I feel like that?
And then when we set like such high expectations, we really just let ourselves down no matter what, like kind of like our birthdays.
Yeah.
Like you just set these high expectations and they're probably never going to be met every single time, but we like expect them to be every single year. So crazy.
Facts.
Okay, should we get into the first story?
Let's get I'm so excited.
Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to make you read the first one.
Okay.
I read the first line and I'm like, oh God.
You good? Sit. Nope. Okay. My stepsister-in-law slept with my uncle.
Step-sister-in-law.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we're just going to keep
Doesn't
going.
really make sense, but that's okay.
Sister-in-law. I don't know.
I think it's a stepbrother's wife.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking. That's
Okay.
what I would maybe, but I wouldn't call my sister-in-law a stepsister. Anyway, it's okay. It's fine.
Beats me.
Okay, so my stepsister-in-law slept with my uncle, who was married at the time, at our family Christmas party, while his whole family and wife were in the family room. They got caught because I left my phone charging on my aunt's nightstand, so I'm guessing she like walked in on them. My stepsister-in-law was 25 years younger than my uncle.
Wow, lots to unpack here. At the family Christmas party. That's pretty crazy.
Like that...
I need to know what happens next.
I need to know if this uncle, he must have been like a
DILF?
There's just no other way to put it. Like,
yeah.
He must be.
We need photos.
No, he has to be like an irresistible man.
Yeah.
To not only that he's 25 years older, but that you had to just get in there at a Christmas party. So wrong.
What?
But
Wow.
he had to have been
The trauma. I really want to know what happened after this. Like when the person walked in.
No, that's all they said.
What was the reaction?
That's all they said.
We need
I
more.
know. Please tell us more. 'Cause
Yeah, we need to know.
I'm invested in this now.
Please message me.
Please
I think
define stepsister-in-law as well.
Yeah.
I know.
we need to know that one.
I'm also confused about that.
Okay, I didn't read these before, so hopefully they're all okay to read. We'll cut it out if it's not, but okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. One of my wife and I's first Christmases, my grandma jokingly, in quotations, asked my wife when we'd give her a grandkid. First off, I literally hate that. Stop. Don't say that because you have no idea what people are going through with their infertility or, if they can get pregnant. She said she was joking, but really waited for an answer. My wife responded in good spirits and said, "Oh, at least 6 years." I kid you not, my grandma jumped back in horror and asked how old she was. My wife was only 19, by the way. But then, of course, she told us that she was just joking again after. The passive aggressive joking.
I'm just kidding though. But really, we're really like, when are you
They
gonna
just
have a
don't
kid?
get it. They just don't really stay in their lane,
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like this happens a lot of the time in certain religious families.
Yes.
Super highly religious families. Not only do you get married really early, but you also have kids really early. And so if you aren't in that category or one of the two, it just is a big shocker.
Yep.
Shocker. Scary.
And it almost feels like this level of control. Like, tell me when you're having kids. Like, they're so bored with their life. They have to know. They have to you need to have kids. You need to do this. You need to, and it's just
I think it's just there's a fear. There's a scarcity mindset somewhere along the road where it's like your job is literally to replenish the earth.
Yeah,
it's
totally
literally your job. Mm-hmm. And so if you're not doing that, what are you doing?
And poor homegirl.
It's a different generation. Poor homegirl. Yeah,
it's your husband's grandma too. So you're probably feel a little pressure, and then you
it's kind of
answer honestly, and then boom. Also,
but she's just joking.
Your nails are so cute.
Though.
Look at these chrome red tips.
Yeah, well. They're not my favorite. They're not my favorite.
They're so cute.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I love it. Thanks. Okay, sending all the love to homegirl from this story. We hate that the grandma was like that. We cannot handle that energy. Not welcome here, okay? Not welcome.
But I'm sure she's a sweet lady. Yeah. At the same time. Sweet lady, just weird comment.
True.
Weird thing to say. Okay. This one says, okay, so basically my mom had sore shoulders one Christmas Eve and couldn't find a heating pad, but read that you can fill a pillowcase with flaxseed and microwave it and it will act the same as a heating pad. Oh, wow. I didn't even register. A whole pillowcase.
Wow.
An entire standard queen set pillowcase.
Could have been king.
That's a lot of flax seeds, too. Yeah. That's like a Home Depot bucket. That's wow. Anyway, so it worked really well, though, and it stayed warm. Well, we were going to my grandma's for a few hours, so we left and headed over there. About 5 hours, we left to go back home. When we pulled into the garage, it smelled really bad, indescribably bad. We opened up the door and were greeted with reeking black smoke. The flaxseed heating pad retained the heat so well, it started to burn into our white living room floor carpet and the wood underneath. For months, our house stunk so bad and the burn mark wouldn't come out and we had to completely replace the floors. Lesson learned, do not make homemade heating pads. That thing was probably heavy too.
Yeah. That would be horrible to come home to. And the smell, just reeking for days.
I'm a sensory person, so I would have like burned the entire house down.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're just moving.
We're going to restart here, literally. Okay, wait, this next one's already interesting.
Okay, I'm excited.
Okay.
Please don't be about an affair. Please.
Okay. To sum it up, it starts.
Okay.
We shouldn't be laughing. This could be traumatic for someone here.
True.
My mother is dating my brother-in-law. My husband's brother. My mother is dating my brother-in-law.
Not again with the...
My husband's brother.
My mother is dating my brother-in-law. Is that even... Okay, so you get married into a family, and it would be as if...
Your mom starts dating your husband's brother.
Your mom starts dating your husband's brother. Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
So it was like if my mom were to date Andre's brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. At least she didn't say stepbrother-in-law.
True. At least it's not too complex for us.
This is okay. Okay.
She said, talk about awkwardness and trauma this holiday season. I know they aren't related. It's just she left a toxic relationship and my brother-in-law is the most toxic person I know. So she jumped right into another relationship and I'm related to both of them. No. Like, you have every right to feel weird about this. Like, this is so weird. This is so weird. And then, like, think about it. Family dinner or something. That's really weird. That's so weird, looking at your husband's brother and your mom together.
But it depends on how old the brother is.
We do need to know. What's the age here?
If he's like an older guy, then I think it would be okay.
Still weird. If it's your husband's brother, it's got to be close in age to your husband.
Way weirder for the husband. It's way weirder for her husband, where she's like, oh, dude, yeah. Like my brother's banging your mom. Yeah. That's whack.
Yeah.
That's whack.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird on all sides, but I think for the husband, that's just worse.
No, this gets worse.
Oh.
Feels morally wrong and I feel betrayed by my mom and my brother. But here we are working through therapy again. That's rough.
Okay. Well, I hope you figure it out, but let me validate you and say that's whack. And
I don't support this.
You're okay to feel that way.
Yeah.
Totally.
You have every right. Yeah.
It's very weird.
That's so awkward. I cannot even comprehend this.
Yeah, I think I just wouldn't hang out with them at all. Yeah. I just would never see them.
Goodbye, mother.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah, that's rough. That's actually really hard because it's also someone you've like looked up to your entire life. Like it's your mother. And then to see her kind of doing that.
Yeah.
And then go into another toxic relationship, then you probably feel like you're more emotionally mature than she is.
Yeah.
Goes on and on and on.
No, it's true. Yeah, you would probably eat away at you for a long time.
We feel for you.
God bless.
God bless.
Really. Okay.
Sending you holiday cheer.
Next story. My parents were recently divorced and my dad randomly showed up Christmas Eve night waiting at our front door when we got home. Yes, he spent the night and was there for Christmas. My mom was nice to a fault, but probably had good intentions set with her kids in mind. Christmas with him was riddled with anxiety and fear, possibly due to the fact years prior, he came upstairs with a gun Christmas morning, threatening to off himself. And he was unfortunately a very mean human. Anyway, now it's a family thing. Remember that one time dad came up Christmas morning with a gun? He's dead now, so we can joke about this stuff and not feel too bad.
No words. That's so traumatic.
That's so sad. That's crazy. I feel like that kind of situation is almost like it's so messed up and twisted that I would never see Christmas the same ever again.
No.
Like it ruins it every year. And I'm sure they're like, we can laugh about it now, but like...
And the anxiety of someone else doing that in your life, like just because that happened to you probably when you were so young, like that's just so scary.
Well, yeah, I mean...
A gun. Actually had a gun too.
That whole...
Thank God your mom divorced him.
Yeah,
that's
seriously.
horrible.
I know, but still like him coming... But they were already divorced and he was coming to the house for Christmas.
Yeah, that's so scary.
How desperate do you get to be seen? That's the reality of it.
And it's so hard too, like same with the mom that was dating the brother-in-law. Like that's your person that you look up to, that's supposed to be your hero, that's supposed to be strong for you. And like that turns into you being strong for them, which is, scary. Yeah. Especially if they're threatening suicide.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a lot of growing up really fast.
Yeah. We are sending you all of the love. You do not deserve that.
Yeah. And I hope that Christmas has hopefully changed a little bit for you throughout the years in a positive way. That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
jeez.
So sorry. Okay. Last Christmas with my fam was a shit show. My brother yelled at my husband for no reason and stormed out. We thought my great grandma was dying, so that was very emotional. Literally me right now. Scared my grandpa's gonna die, so I feel for you. She's fine and still here. And then my dad, on top of all of it, proceeded to tell me how my husband was abusive for pushing me away from the church and forcing me to get tattoos and so on. ...
Sorry, that's silly.
Literally.
That's silly.
It's a control thing again, you know?
Yeah.
Control.
Forcing me. Yep.
So now it's Christmas time again, and neither myself nor my husband wants to be with them, but IDK what to do, LOL.
Don't go.
Yeah, don't go.
Unfortunately.
You guys should set your own little traditions and spend the day together, and it will just be so much more beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe, and if you do go, maybe like set a time limit. Like, hey, I'm going to be here for this time and then I'm leaving.
Or like go drop off cookies or something. Like drop off cookies, say what's up. But I just think that.
But also, do you even owe them anything?
No, I think there's certain situations like this one, for example, is just very clearly, if you're saying like your husband is abusive and he forced you to get tattooed, like holding you down with the tattoo needle. Weird. That's not, I don't know. I don't know. Unless that really is, I don't know. That's
He's projecting.
He's probably
for sure projecting.
Probably projecting there. Yeah. I think that there's certain times where you are totally allowed to say no, and you have to prioritize your peace, then go and be subjected to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get it. They're family, and I've had similar situations where we've had like differing beliefs, and it has definitely caused a rift. And, you know, you just have to kind of work through that with your partner and figure out what does it look like for you to go to certain places, you know, like what does that look like? How long can you stay? What boundaries can you set?
And I think it's so much to do with this too, at least for me in my situation, is like, if I respond in those situations, first off, I already know who I am. I know what I believe. I know where I stand. If my husband did force me to do that, I wouldn't know that. And obviously that's not the case.
Yeah.
And like responding with so much confidence, or just being like, hey, like, actually, I don't want to talk like that. And that's not okay. And if you don't feel like you have enough confidence to respond in that way, then maybe distance yourself, you know?
Yeah, that's what I would say too. I think that if anyone in my family ever called my partner like he's abusive because he made you leave the church and he like, I think that maybe it's just your first problem all in all is that like, I mean, I don't know how long you've been out of the church or when you got tattoos or whatever. Either this is a really fresh wound that you still haven't talked about, or this is an extremely old narrative that he has. And the only reason he's even saying that is because there's just so much resentment built up, probably because you've never talked about it. Yeah. There's never been a conversation.
Yeah, like that little passive aggressive. Because yeah, totally.
And I think that like the longer you let things simmer, the more aggressive those comments are going to get. It is not your fault that he's making those comments, though. Yeah. It's totally his fault. Like he can't. That's so not okay. But I don't know. I guess the real question would be, do you want to solve it or do you not? Yeah. You don't have to. Mm-hmm. You know?
It's true.
It's okay. Like you can still love and hold space for them, but that doesn't mean showing up to everything.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Crazy.
True.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I hate that. I feel like that's so common in our culture and I'm just like, literally the worst. Okay.
Next one. I was dating a girl I was really excited about, and she did amazing things around the community. Overall, socially conscious in such a kind and beautiful way. Wow. That's actually so sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. I brought her to my extended families for Thanksgiving, and not even an hour in, my grandma starts talking about how they used to call, just really bad word. I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Sorry. It sounds like his grandma's being just racist, basically.
Yeah.
So they're just being racist. Only she said the actual word. And so then it says, I was shocked. She said it five or six more times, each time cringier than the last. Then, after trying to convince my girlfriend that my family is really not racist, my aunt's dining room had a sign hanging up with the words slave quarters on it. When my girlfriend pointed out and giggled to me quietly, I was speechless. She was always really good and funny about it, understanding that my family is old and from the South, but I had to come to a hard realization that my family is a bit racist. Sheesh. A Thanksgiving I'll never forget.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, if anyone can understand that a little bit, I get it because my family's actually half of my family is from Alabama. And yeah, I think there was definitely a time in my life where I realized, oh wait, this actually is not okay or joke about or anything, because the South is just different. Like the deep South, they have not let some of those things go.
Just that generation. Like my grandma will say things sometimes and I'm like, Grandma, we don't say that. And I feel like for us, it's so shocking because I don't even think like that at all in the slightest.
Yeah.
And when I hear a grandparent, I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, no. What are you talking about?
Well, it's I think it's also just like it's just such a lack of perception.
Yeah. That
it's like, you don't grow up being racist. You grow up being taught to be racist or anything socially. It's, oh, well, being too skinny is bad. Being overweight is bad. Being this way or being that way. Right. It's just everything. Like you learn to judge different things throughout your life. You learn to have prejudice and everything. And it just feels like that generation, it was so drilled into them, this prejudice, this judgment, this, it is just racism. Like it just really, and I don't feel that I'm qualified to talk about the true depths of that, but I can only imagine that it's hard for people that haven't understood the need to truly drop that forever. Shouldn't have ever happened, Yeah. I don't know. Crazy.
Our hearts go out to you. That would be rough. I hope you guys are still dating, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully you're still together.
I was dating a girl.
Oh, that's
R.I.P.
sad. I mean, you marry the family. You marry the family.
He doesn't need to hear that. He's the one that submitted. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You do. You married the family. And if she didn't want to get up in with your crazy, then that's fine.
Okay, our next one. You ready? Mm-hmm. When my husband and I were first married, we wanted to do funny/sexy gifts for our Christmas stockings. I got sex dice because I thought it would be super funny. But like we could also use them, LOL. Anyways, my husband genuinely took this as a competition on who could get the most out-of-pocket stuff, I realized later. He Amazon ordered a package to his mom's house.
Oh no. No.
I went over there one evening and I picked up a package that said his name on it. I was super confused because we shared an Amazon account and I didn't see anything on it. So anyways, I asked his mom, completely forgetting about our stocking situation. Can you open this? I'm worried it's a gift for me, but I'm also super confused because it's from Amazon, but my husband and I share an account. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So she would have seen it. So she opens the package and loses it laughing. Oh my gosh. This is just imagine your mother-in-law. This is crazy. Oh, I cannot. I would not
even like it's your mom. It's your mother-in-law.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm genuinely so confused at this point, but carry on. Because she's just laughing.
Yeah.
My husband arrives to her house shortly after, and I told him, wait, so the mom doesn't tell her what it is because it's a gift for her. That's too good.
She just kept it inside. It's just a gift. It's just
I cannot handle
a terrifying gift.
My husband arrives to her house shortly after, and I told him I had her open a package. He was mortified.
What was it?
I still had no idea what it was at this point. What? He tells his mom, don't open our mail, but in a super embarrassed tone. Anyways, we were driving home and I was like, what? Was it like a dildo or something stupid? And then he shows me. It was a freaking butt plug.
I was going to say it's like an anal bead.
With a mother effing tail on it. I was mortified. A butt plug with a tail. I cannot handle. Okay, now we have to envision this, okay?
It's almost, she's like, what? Like, what?
Yeah. What? She's like, hey, Mom, can you open hey, mother-in-law, can you open this package for me? I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a gift for me. Your mother-in-law opens it. It's a butt plug with a tail on it. And she's just laughing. And like you have no idea.
Like a feather tail?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, she sounds cool. Like, it doesn't sound like she was like...
Wait, it gets better.
Oh, God.
You ready?
Okay.
I texted her so fast telling her it was a joke for Christmas and that we don't use those at all. We legit don't, lol. And she goes, don't worry. I remember those days when I was young. First off, ew, she says. First off, ew. And second, I'm pretty sure she didn't believe me and that my mother-in-law thinks I wear butt plugs with tails. So that's fun, haha. Butt plugs with tails. Butt plug went straight into the trash and we stopped the funny Christmas stockings ever since. That might be her best one.
I think butt plug with the tail has gotta be it. That's incredible. That's insane.
That's insane. Actually insane.
With a tail.
That was like, wow. Thank you for submitting that.
Oh my gosh. Now I have a good idea of what to get Andre for Christmas.
Literally, he opens it in front of his family.
Oh man, that's good.
Your siblings are like, a tail.
Oh wow, cute. Yeah, that's horrible. Okay, there's 2 short ones, so maybe I'll just do these 2 short ones. My sister brought her boyfriend of 2 weeks to Christmas. It was the first time I'd ever met him, and he sucked. Don't bring your boyfriend of 5 minutes to family Christmas. Yeah, that's true. 2 weeks is like way too soon, I think.
Yeah, to Christmas.
Just because like there's just too many family jokes and there's too much family lore.
Let me say a thought. Let me share a thought though.
Okay,
like coming from somewhat broken home, and like if you were dating someone that had like an awesome family and they're like, hey, like I want you to come home with me for Christmas, I know like you're not going anywhere, like you know.
Do you think too? Yeah, I mean, okay, but I see your point though, because I also think the other benefit of going so early is that you get to find out if he vibes with the family right away.
Oh, literally.
Right away. So you can kiss someone else for New Year's, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe. If it doesn't work out, go to a party.
True.
Move right on.
True.
Can you open your phone again?
Good point.
Good point. Okay. Here's another small one.
But we also feel for you, because if he sucked, that would be so annoying. You know, ruins your Christmas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, totally. But yeah.
Lots to think about here.
If he was the worst ever, totally.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yep.
Honestly, uninvite your sister.
Yeah, totally.
No more of that.
What I would do.
Just kidding. Poor girl.
Yeah. She had to find herself.
Yeah.
Okay. I once got a cat at a white elephant exchange.
I'm jealous.
I would love that.
Yeah.
And the host would not take it back. So I was stuck with trying to rehome a cat for 2 weeks. Okay. Were you allergic? Because I am too, but I would still keep it.
That's rough. That's actually rough.
I think that if you're gonna bring a cat to White Elephant, you have to be willing to maybe take it back.
Also, though, you could just post that shit on KSL. You know, just post it on Facebook.
That shit is what she says about a cat.
Sorry, take that back. That was mean. I actually love cats, especially Persian cats.
Post
but actually, you could just post it on your story. Who wants a free cat, or like who wants?
Yeah.
Or let it go into the streets. Is that horrible? There's so many stray cats.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
there was probably a stray cat to begin with.
I think it's inhumane.
better than with you. Dude, I mean, if you hate it.
We started out in the wild. Okay?
Yeah, we started in the wild.
We're not just gonna throw a kid out on the street.
Okay, but that's so different. There's not kids just living by themselves on the street.
There, in some countries, there are.
I think they would die.
Well, most of them do.
Wow. So way to take this so dark, Abby.
I just don't think that just sending the cat back to its...
Well, okay, it depends if it's like a baby little kitten or if it's like a cat that was literally from the street, you know?
True, yeah, okay. If it was like a big adult cat, maybe, then I think, well, couldn't you just take it to the vet?
Wait, I'm gonna have to screenshot
You could take it to the Humane Society.
Wait, I need to screenshot this and airdrop it to you.
You could take it to the kitty pound.
Wait, do your phone.
Oh yeah, sorry. The cat pound.
Yeah, guys, I'm not a horrible person, I promise. Okay, I'm sorry.
Just throw it back like a fish.
Yeah, flush it down the toilet. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so bad.
That's so sad. I remember my friends used to flush their fish down the toilet.
Oh, I thought you were
just gone into the ocean.
Yeah.
Ocean? No, not the ocean.
Well, they did say all toilets lead to the ocean.
Somehow. Some way. Yeah. Okay, our last story. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So one year, about 2 years ago, I'd say, we had our first Christmas gathering at my grandparents' house since my grandma's mom, passed away. We did our white elephant, then we went to individual gifts. Can't be anything worse than a butt plug, right?
With the tail. Nope, probably not.
And youngest always goes first. I forget which cousin it was, but it was one of the older ones. Got everyone in the room Christmas socks to match, except for me. No one realized, and I never spoke up, but it hurt. That's actually really sad. They just forgot about you, or like they intentionally didn't.
Like
either way,
like,
that hurts.
They were like, everybody, except for you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Wow. Yeah, that's really, really sad.
We're sending you our love. That is horrible. Honestly, tell me who you are, and I'll buy you some bunking Christmas socks.
I'll get you some socks too.
We'll get you 2 pairs.
I'll get you a pajama set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I will get everyone in your family a matching pajama set.
Wow.
Except for that guy.
Yeah. True. Sponsored by Abbey Orchard.
I got you. That's where my Christmas is going this year. No, I'm just kidding. But we give it to him too. And we say, nothing. You just give it to him. And then you hope they remember. And then they go, oh, ding, ding, ding. And then they have a change of heart, you know.
That's actually just so sad. And it's not about the socks. It's not. It's about the intention.
It's not about the socks. Yeah. I think there's nothing worse than feeling like the only one.
Yeah.
The only one. It's just so isolating.
Especially because they said it was like the first Christmas in a long time or something. And so that would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another example of having a Christmas expectation.
I was just going to say.
having it go.
Yep.
Just completely wrong in every way.
If we were there, we would have given you our socks.
On my feet.
Yeah.
Would have. Yeah.
On her feet. Not the gift. The ones on her feet. My laugh.
That's where you were going with that.
No. Yeah, no.
The dolphin communicating via
my laugh.
ultrasound.
In high school, there was a Vine that literally went viral of me laughing because it sounded like a dying. Someone commented a dying whale, and it was just my laugh.
Wow. It's okay. I used to get called spray bottle. I would laugh like oh, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, it's just like the devious little giggle.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when you're in class and your crush like does something funny and you're like, oh, like that, you know?
That's cute.
But everyone would be like, you know, when I was doing that.
Interesting.
They also call me Lionhead.
So many similarities with us.
Witch.
We've talked about this in another episode, but we have the weirdest similarities in the world.
Yeah, we just found out another one today.
What was it?
The eyebrow.
Oh yeah, only one of our eyebrows lifts.
Our same eyebrow.
Yeah.
Is like arched higher than the other one.
Yeah.
And lifts. I have so much Botox right now.
Also, we both. I don't right now, unfortunately. We both got our mission calls to Salta, Argentina. We have the same pretty much email, same phone number. Like,
well,
it's very similar.
Slightly different. Yeah.
We
have the exact same phone number.
Yeah.
No
and
one
I also
knows
texted her before this, and I was like, I'm gonna wear braids, and I'm wearing a skim set. She said, "Girl, same.
Great.
I'm already wearing that
because I'm wearing my skim set and a braid."
So here we are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those are all the things.
It was shocking at first, but
yeah,
I'm not as shocked by it anymore. I think I'm more just like,
oh duh. Waiting for the next
even
thing.
like from this, even from the sense that like I don't like feel like I don't even have to text you like every day or even a week. I don't know. I just like I know that we're on the same page.
Yeah, and we can feel when it's off too.
Facts.
Crazy.
Speaking of friend therapy.
Yeah.
I feel like I would feel I feel like if anything ever happened with us, I feel like we could go to therapy and it would be awesome.
Oh, yeah, we would.
I think we'd have so much fun. I mean, we'd have to pay them for like 4 hours because we'd be there doing this. But
Yapping.
That's
what we're good at. Well, those are all of our things.
That's it.
And we hope that you will put yourself first this holiday season and keep your butt plugs to yourself. Just kidding. But if you are struggling this holiday season, know that you're not alone because we all have gnarly stories. And I'm sure we both could share some too, but they would not be anonymous, so we can't do it. And
or you tell one about, I'll tell one about you and you tell one about me.
Yeah, unfortunately we haven't gone that deep yet, so we don't know them, but we would. If you need them, just reach out.
We're here.
And those are all the things.
Love it.
Right?
Yep.
Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Okay.
I think that's it.
In the name of mental health, amen.
Amen.